Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Motor where nothing's easy, here with another video on Veilguard, another IGN first, talking about getting to know your companions. Like they said before, the characters and the companions are the biggest piece of the pie, and of course, Solus, the guy that we're really interested in knowing more about, he's sort of sidelined, but he's not sidelined. I don't know. But we'll figure out these companions and what their deal is. And yeah, we're about to watch that video right now. I totally forgot this video, but I'm gonna check it out right now with you guys. Let's go ahead and stay hydrated. Appreciate y'all. Ever since Hannah, that fucking YouTuber, has been lodged into my brain, I've been saying appreciate y'all ever since. I hate it now. It's because she's fucking hot, that's why. Okay, here we go.
Right. This'll take more than you and me.
What are you thinking?
So of course relationships are a big part of the Dragon Age IP, and
it's the dude.
That takes several different forms. Both the romantic, of course, we're all here for that, but also the platonic. And really these relationships you develop in the Veilguard, this is about a found family. They have the same goals, different complications in their life, but they're all giving everything they have to defend Thetis. You're going to get to know them really well. You're going to develop trust, understanding. That doesn't...
Why is it that we always have to do this whole family mentality with people that you have together as a team? Why is it that we always have to be cute with this whole like, oh, we're family, bro, we're family? And I'm like, why? Why is it always that? I always thought about that. You know what I mean? It's just like the whole family mentality. I'm over here just thinking like, why can't you guys just be friends or a fellowship? You know, guys, you know, just a brotherhood or something like that. Something like that. What if I hate my family? Those are the real questions.
Doesn't mean you're always going to agree. So I like to think of relationship not necessarily as how much they like you, but how well you know them. With any family, you can know them quite well, you can trust them a lot, you can like them or maybe you don't. Every family has their squabbles, but this is really about developing your understanding of each member of the Veilguard, and in turn, that's going to allow them to work better as a team.
There's a thing that I've been wondering about, because in order to level up your companions, you have to gain relationship points, and I really, really hope that it's just, well, from what he said, I really hope that it's not this whole like, I will agree with you 110% to bring your relationship points up so you can level up to max. I really don't want that. I really don't want that.
Relationship with companions really affects both how their arc unfolds and your relationship with them, but how the companions exist on the battlefield, what their behaviors are. Building a relationship with companions has always been a staple of Dragon Age.
It's always been a staple with Dragon Age. Yep, what the fuck he said.
But this time around, that relationship translates into how well you work together as a team. It is how you're actually going to level up your companions, by getting to know them better. That's how you're going to unlock skill points. So when you look at all of the various abilities the companions have, there's inherent combos and synergies and roles that they'll have on the battlefield. Nev, for instance, has the ability to slow time or heal you right out of the gate. But if I really get the opportunity to know her, whether it's platonic or romantic, I'm going to help be able to shape her skills and augment those abilities that work really well with my own.
I'm okay with it and getting augmented abilities later on with little passive bonuses for you and that character, and they gain like one extra ability or something like that. But here's a better idea. Throw that whole fucking relationship bullshit, that this little, hey, when we're here, we're family bullshit, out the window. Make it regular leveling, and then do like KOTOR does, because people love KOTOR. If you lean towards the dark side, your characters could lean towards that, or they won't, or lean towards the light side, and and most people will fold that way, or maybe they won't. Then maybe their appearances will change a little bit with this. Maybe they won't change at all. Some of them will leave. If I remember correctly, Dragon Age Veilguard, none of your companions will leave if you absolutely despise them. I heard that they will leave for a second and then they have to come back. I think that's fucking weird. I like the idea to where it's just like have the characters be believable, but also keep it into a game. So let them level normally like everybody else, because the last thing you want to do is just like, well, let me go level this one lady that I hate. I have to listen to her ramble for like 15 minutes, and then I have to do her fetch quest. And then, oh crap, she leveled up. Yay. Okay, now can you get these abilities now? Because now it comes to the point. Here's another thing. What if the companions, abilities and points have a stopping point? Because let's remind ourselves, a lot of us, when it comes to RPGs, we like to, we like to ignore the main mission and do all the side missions and just grind. So that means you're leveling up and your companions are not. Do you see what I'm saying? So you stopped doing the main mission. That means any built up of the companions sort of story is just halted right there. They are not going to level up, because if I remember correctly, a lot of characters are tied to the main story, or I think all of them are, right? So another companion thing will come out, and then it's like, I mean, they could probably put this into you're still capping your companions, but they'll probably put it to a point where it's just like, okay, your companions are maxed out until you further improve on the main story. And then you improve on the main story, you find a new area, and then all of a sudden your companions all want to talk to you at the same damn time because you went to the new main quest area, that this new sand area, and now all your companions are like, look, I found the solution. Let me guess. We got to go to the new area that we just located. We have to go to the new area that we just located. And we need to find the one thing that I need to get to fix my, I don't know, my tuberculosis or something. That was kind of sad. I don't know why I said that. To fix my allergy on onions or something like that. Something stupid. So that's what I'm saying. So what's the halting point? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying.
Own personal build. So our sense of teamwork really deepens.
We need someone to be our eyes and ears in the shadows.
Yo, turn this song off, please. Please, yeah.
Well, Nev is our confident noir detective. I love to bring her onto the battlefield because she's just so incredibly capable. She's our ice mage, so really big on controlling the battlefield. And that's actually a good metaphor to her art.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Let me guess. She uses cold magic and she's an ice queen. She's cold as ice. Please don't do it. You're gonna be a millennial. You're gonna be cheesy as fuck if you say it. She don't take no shit from no man.
She wants to fight for change. She wants to fight for a better Minrathous, and she's gonna use all the tools at her disposal to try and reshape Minrathous into a better place for all. She's very much a shadow dragon. This is among the mantra of the shadow dragons. They operate from the shadows, fighting for a better Minrathous.
That doesn't... Okay, I'm not laughing over... So, obviously I was incorrect, because this whole burning passion to take care of Minrathous, then she would be a fire queen. Yes, girl. She would be a fire queen. She's got ambition. She's trying to take care of her people. She's a fire star. Hey. So the whole ice queen thing that I just said is thrown out the window. Okay, so basically she's a detective and she wants to take care of Minrathous. Kind of corny, a little bit bossish, but not too much. In order for somebody to be a girl boss, you need to find the girl boss. You can't. It's got to be to the point. In order for some woman in a film or a video game to be a girl boss, is for them to never do wrong. Period. Point blank. Period. Like Galadriel from fucking Rings of Power. She's always right. She always has the answer right in front of her. Even when she plays dumb, she just will find a way to get out of a situation. She is the key to everything. That's how you become a girl boss. But this whole thing where she's just trying to be like help Minrathous, I guess that's fine. It's kind of cheesy, but it's fine.
As this accomplished ice mage, she's fierce. She's fierce. She's not going to shy away.
Yeah, they already got an ice thing with Vivian. Yeah, Vivian was a cold bitch. Yeah.
Away from any challenge, whether it's taking down Darkspawn or dealing with the Magisterium in Minrathous.
Someone to bring a little darkness to the daylight.
Yeah.
The character that went through the most changes, without a doubt, was Lucanus. Lucanus is very complex. He's an assassin. He's very skilled in the art of death. The Antivan Crows, they pursue these contracts with a certain level of dispassion, but also Lucanus is a romantic, and he's dealing with some internal struggles. He's been through a lot of trauma.
Why are their heads so fucking big? Why did you put it on big head mode? Reduce the head by like 20%. No, 15%. Why are the heads so big, man? Reduce them. And maybe people will like the game a little bit more. But, somebody said something before. Does anybody remember Zevran? Zevran went through the darkest bullshit of his whole life. Zevran has. When it came to the Antivan Crows. They have done horrible, unspeakable things to orphans, according to Zevran's backstory. Horrible, unspeakable things, almost as unspeakable things as, like when the Witchers turn kids into Witchers. It's almost like that, but it's a little bit worse. So if I'm correct, they kind of downsized the Crows a little bit. We'll see. I heard that the Antivan, yeah, that's right. You're working with the Antivan Crows. Why is it that you're working with the Antivan Crows, the most fucked up band of thieves and murderers? You're trying to side with them. Bring up that little faction bar, baby. Bring it on up. But you can't be a blood mage. So we can work with assassins, people that have probably killed children. They've also messed with children in order for them to seduce people. I'm just gonna say that. Yep. What's inside your head is what I'm about to say. But that is the Antivan Crows, and you're going to work with them. That's it. You're not going to work with the blood mages. You're too busy killing the blood mages. You can't be a blood mage when you're killing the blood mages. But the Antivan Crows on your side? Get the fuck out of here. And here's the thing. You kind of fucked up a really cool boss battle or a really cool side faction to fight, because now you can't fight. No, I don't know for sure. Well, you can't fight the Antivan Crows if you have to bring up their faction points, if I'm correct, in the Veilguard. Because now you can't fight the Antivan Crows and fight a new type of enemy that might have new sort of abilities to fight you, maybe in complete stealth or some shit like that, something crazy. But now you're not fighting the Antivan Crows, you're joining the Antivan Crows, a bunch of murderers and thieves and all that shit. The Crows, the most unredeemable faction. Yes! So how is it we're siding with the Grey Wardens and the Crows? That must be a talking point. If that is not a talking point later on in the game, throw this whole fucking game out the fucking window. If the Grey Wardens and the Crows are not clashing heads with each other, if you bring up both of those factions up, then throw this whole game out the window.
He's relearning how to trust. And all of those elements come together with a richness.
Shut up, Ratzik. Shut the fuck up. Clearly they aren't evil, they're just misunderstood. God, I want to strangle the shit out of you, but I'm not gonna. That's one thing where I was just like, please don't say that. Because I was thinking in my head and I was just like, what if the devs said that? And then somebody said it in chat. And I'm just like, oh God.
But it creates a lot of complexity in how we tell that story. So I'd say Lucanus is the first one that comes to my mind in terms of the thought that's gone into it, where we...
I like how he's a romantic, so he's just a copy-paste of Zevran. He's a copy-paste of Zevran. Oh, he's a killer, but he's a romantic. That's literally Zevran.
Had to make adjustments to really cover all facets of his character.
Yo, silence the music, please.
Into the fade, aren't we?
Valara, oh, my dear sweet Valara.
Can we talk about this real quick?
I relate to Valara a lot.
You can't... I'm gonna hold on to what he just said in a minute. I'm gonna hold on to... I'm gonna hold on to what he just said. But first off, can I talk about this animation?
We're going into the fade, aren't we?
Valara, oh, my dear.
Who did this animation? Who did this animation right here? Right fucking here. Who said that this elven lady should... This animation where she's just like... She should be like... More like something with a little bit more animation, a little bit more, you know, gusto. Something with a little bit more... You know, something. Do something with the hands. But all you're doing on that elven artifact is going... Like you're... It looks like she's trying to catch the dodgeball that some boy threw on the other side of the PE room, but she's too scared to catch it. That's what her hands are doing. She's just like... Boom! Right on the head. All right, let's go back to what he just said.
We're going into the fade, aren't we?
Valara, oh, my dear sweet Valara. I relate to Valara a lot.
No, you don't. You're a man. You don't... you like the same colors as Valara? We can talk about that, but I don't know what to tell you. I get it. I get it. But I don't listen. I get it. You can relate to somebody that's the opposite sex. I get it. I get it. I kind of relate to Bazel a little bit. I got it. But I had to say it. All right. I had to say it. I had to say it.
She is joyous. She's been through a lot, but she remains curious, optimistic. She's kind of a geek. She really likes her fiction. She fangirls over Nev a little bit. She's just so relatable. And I think that's what our players will find and fall in love with when they get to meet.
I am not looking up a Tinder profile on these characters. I am not looking up a Tinder profile on these characters. Please tell me what these companions, like, I know you can still do it without telling too much. You could still pull out, you just got to do a little word magic with your sentences where you can explain who they are and what they represent without saying too much. Hey, this girl, Lara, she likes to search for ancient artifacts because there is someone that told her that, you know, someone dear to her heart told her to go do it. And if she doesn't do it, then that person, you know, something like that, where it's just like, oh, their goal is to look for these. Why she has to look for those? Who knows? You'll find out when you play the game. All I gotta say is, it's really important for Balar to look for these artifacts. Really important. That will give people a sort of mindset like, okay, she really cares about her artifacts. And if you want to do this whole side thing to figure out what exactly she is, like kind and stuff like that, you could throw those words in. But you don't want to throw only those words in. She's cute. She's kind. She colors her nails pink. And she likes long walks on the beach. And she likes to watch Baywatch. And I'm just like, okay, but what does she do though? Like, what's her convictions? What's that? Oh, you're just gonna have to play the game. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? What is this? The cute time's over. I need to know the companions. This is not Dragon Age. This is Tinder fantasy RPG.
Meet Balara is just how much you'll recognize some of those patterns and sensibilities that she holds. But don't let it fool you. She is also a Veil Jumper. She's very comfortable in Elven Ruins. I frequently bring her with me in my party. My favorite spec, I like to play a rogue. I like to play the Veil Jumper or the Veil Ranger. Balara is a fantastic companion to set up that spec with electric vulnerabilities. So I love her both on and off the battlefield.
And digging up a lot of buried secrets.
All right. Didn't tell me anything about her, but okay.
What is going to surprise our fans the most is his relationship with necromancy. I really love that we kind of turned the idea of a necromancer on its head here, where you think of them as these conjurers of evil, the certain malice when you hear the term necromancer.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Are you fucking kidding? You usually think that necromancers are kind of evil, but this guy is a sweetie pie. And he's got a little skeleton who's played by Matt Mercer. That's actually true. You can look that up. Oh, God. Why can't you just have one evil or two evil characters? Two characters that are complete assholes so they can relate to actual assholes. You got assholes in BioWare. Why don't you make assholes that are like you guys? What is happening here? There's a lot of people that pretend to be nice who are actually fucking devious. That is why I like Camilla in Wrath of the Righteous. If you're playing that game and you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll find out soon enough. Camilla is a really compelling character. You know what? I'm not going to talk about Camilla from Wrath of the Righteous. If you play the game, you'll know. One of the most interesting characters that I've ever had as a companion. Dorian was too, yeah. I want my next companion to be a literal asshole. That's what I want. I want that one asshole companion who you kind of befriend later on, and he fucks around with the other companions, and he's just like you're walking around a snowy field of snow with two other companions, and that one asshole guy's just like, look, watch this, watch this, watch this. Takes a fucking snowball and throws it on the back of the head of the Veil Jumper. Oh! Suck it! And then some of you might be like, oh, that's mean. Meanwhile, I'm going to be like, do it again. You need that. If you have all of your characters that are bland and nice, all of them across the fucking board, we will not remember any of your characters. You want to know why people like Liliana? Because she's really nice compared to Morrigan. You want to know why people like Morrigan? Because she's a fucking asshole compared to the nice people. That's how you find the balance. And then Asterion is right in the middle. He's nice, but he's a little bit of an asshole. Right there, right there. Sten doesn't give a fuck about anything except the mission. Win. Well, we all love Win. I hope she's doing fine. Win, we love you. We are. I'm not gonna spoil on Win. Ogrim. Ogrim's the asshole. Ogrim's perfect. The yeah, that one big like fucking dwarven dude, perfect asshole. Because he says things that you wouldn't. Everybody's being nice, and then out of nowhere you get Morrigan and Liliana talking to each other, and they're just having a cat fight, or it's Alistair and Morrigan having a cat fight, or it's fucking Liliana and Ogrim having a cat fight, and it's just like perfect. But if you have everybody nice, what are we gonna talk about? We're going to talk about what kind of latte we had. Wynn's a nice old lady. Wynn's perfect in the team to like put people into shape in the team. Like if you pair up Morrigan along with Wynn will treat Morrigan like she is a bad daughter. And then Morrigan will be just like, you know, yeah, whatever. It's like a cool little thing where it's like some people just don't mesh with each other, and I like that.
But it couldn't be farther from the truth for Emmerich. There is a reverence about the dead. He has a unique
There was a part with Vivian in Dragon Age 3, Dragon Age Inquisition, where Vivian is definitely about the Chantry. She really does care about the Chantry and its people, and she's very religious, but she's all about reality. Vivian is all about reality. Like and what's her name? Cassandra is stern, but she has a fantasy in her head when it comes to the Chantry. Like other people are just like, I hate Cassandra, because you see it on Twitter all the time. I see Cassandra, and Cassandra's such a bitch because all she cares about is the Chancery and like God and stuff. When she needs to realize that not everything is about the Chancery. That's what made her character fucking interesting, is that she's so deep into her own religion that she can't see any other religion. Can't you fucking think about that for 1 second? If she just went around and was just like, oh man, make sure you bless the maker and all that, and then somebody just went, shut the fuck up, and then she goes, oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, you know what? I was wrong about that. I don't want them to be corrected. I want them to be interesting. It's okay for them to change a little bit, but don't make it like, oh shit, everybody's got to be nice all the time. No.
relationship with Death. You get to explore how he ended up in the Morn Watch. Death has shaped this character in all aspects of his life. We frequently refer to him as our gentleman necromancer. I think his proper, kind nature stems from that respect that he's learned about this cycle of life and death throughout his life. Phenomenal.
I hope that you write this character like he... Okay, fine, he's nice. Can you make this character, this necromancer, since he's so in touch with death that the concept of life is just lost on him. Like, he's so entrenched in the way of necromancy, and he talks to the dead constantly, to where his mannerisms are different when he's talking to the living. Like, if you meet a druid and that druid talks to only animals, then they start talking to regular people in the city, then it just becomes some sort of weird jarring thing. Something like that. I don't want this fucking necromancer looking, bobble-headed looking son of a bitch to be looking at me and going like, oh, I know how to talk to everybody. And I'm like, oh God, man, you're not interesting at all. There better be some devastating betrayals. Oh, I would love a betrayal.
Character. In my last playthrough, I don't mind sharing, I romanced Emmerich. What I also
Oh yeah, strong and brave.
love is as I'm synergizing with him as we're doing combos, just having him refer to me as...
All the trans people are gonna date the old dude. I don't know what it is up with trans people, but trans people like two things: strong mommy dommies or old dudes. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. But listen, I'm not trying to toot my horn here, but I've seen things, okay? They like old dudes that keep to themselves, little cute little salt and pepper shaker old dudes, and big mommy dommies. It's either one of the two. That you can't bring them together though. For some odd reason, trans people like that. It is what it is, but I've noticed it.
my dear on the battlefield. Well done, my dear. It just fills me with joy
What did
every
I say?
time.
Perhaps
what
these
did I say?
murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
So Manfred is like a son to Emmerich. He very much has an affinity for this wisp, this life force that he's given a second chance through this skeletal body. And in many ways, it's the story of a parent raising a child. He needs to teach Manfred and help him along to develop as a character of their own.
He's dead. It is a man and a skeleton. It's a skeleton. He need to raise him. He's the skeleton is older than Emmerich. That old fucking skeleton raising him to what? To the dirt? Let me raise these fucking skeletons from the dead? No, to make them learn how to operate in a stable society. To make them volunteer for blood donations. To make them volunteer for the tennis club. Let them get further acclimated into today's society. What are you talking about? He's a skeleton. He's been around the world longer than Emmerich. Maybe not. And also, he's dead. What are you going to teach the dead person about? He's dead.
Things like learning new skills, how to assist the Veilguard. Some of our most
Is Manfred not just a spirit inhabiting a skeleton? Basically, the low tier enemies we fight in. Yeah, pretty much. DM Curator, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, it's a wisp inside of a skeleton. So it's a dead thing in a dead thing. And so this living thing is trying to be a father to a dead thing that's attached to a dead thing. Am I having this right?
charming moments are in dealing with Manfred. I must say, I absolutely love the interactions. They just have me rolling whenever Manfred steals the show.
What about Darkspawn?
Yeah. Someone who will stand between us and a pack of demons.
All right, let's talk about the black
When
guy.
we were thinking about Davrin, how we were going to
You were thinking about black people. Just say it.
develop him as a character, we had to think about how is he going to show up on the battlefield. And it was unique because he has
Why would you do my man's eyebrows like that? The hair looks nice. Why would you do his eyebrows like that? That's an insult, okay? All right, that's an insult, all right? Also, our noses aren't that big. Well, called myself out. But the eyebrows, though.
has this, I guess you could say, companion of his own, the Griffin Asan. That makes him as a companion very unique, because Asan shows up on the battlefield. So we had to think about how that integrates into his abilities, where Davrin, as a Grey Warden, is capable on his own. But also, when does he call upon Asan, and what does that look like? What happens if you're indoors?
Nothing happens.
So a lot of considerations there, but I'm really proud of how Asan shows up in the game alongside Davrin. And indeed, when you're doing some of Davrin's content, just seeing Asan gliding through the environments, Asan, indeed, when you're doing some of Davrin's content, just seeing Asan.
I'm watching this warrior attack all these brutes, and there is no stagger. You know how annoying that shit is? When your enemy is swinging giant axes and you can't even get in there. They just keep on swinging. There's 3 of those dudes in there, and they can't, the main character can't even lay a fingerprint on any of these because because this is what happens. This is what happens. You hit them, they don't stagger. Unless you do an ability, then the stagger starts to happen. Or you get hit and you stagger. You stagger just by getting pimp slapped by the wind. It's kind of annoying.
On gliding through the environments, you really get a sense that they care and they're protective about each other, but the work the team did to realize that was an incredible challenge. So kudos to the animation, the gameplay team.
What's up with my man's fucking neck? You want to talk about that? You want to talk about its fucking neck? It looks like I bent a paperclip. That's his neck right there. I don't know. I don't know about that neck, bro. Like, when he's standing up straight, looks fine. When he's sitting down, he's just like... I'm just like, all right. I'm just looking at it and I'm like...
They did a wonderful job.
I hope this is what they do with Davrin, where he gets really, really protective of the Griffin to the point where he's just like, he has to make sure that this Griffin is protected. He wants to see if there's other Griffins out there, and he wants to make sure that this is his moment to shine as a Grey Warden, and he needs to basically, you know, he's like, yo, if I do this, I'm going to be well known or something like that. I need to protect this Griffin. And then the Griffin gets in trouble, and then he gets pissed off. And, you know, this creates a little bit of a disturbance between the two. And, yeah, he's trying, like, Davrin's trying to separate, like, a duty to a what's the word? Separate duty from triumph, to where he's just like, I got to make sure I do this. I got to make sure that I do this. And then, you know, you try to figure that whole thing out, whether or not they'll be, you know, of course they'll be friends at the end, but you try to figure out, like, how to find other Griffins together instead of, you know, trying to make this a whole glory thing where it's just him trying to, like, this is what I want to do. This is why the Griffin came to me and me alone, that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Up integrating that.
They're really trying to popularize. I mean, they did. Yeah, they did.
So when we think about Davrin and his being the
Hey, now he's wearing armor. Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there. The tank is finally wearing armor.
Representative of the Grey Wardens within the team of the Veilguard.
Armor looks horrible.
It was an opportunity for us to really go back to some of those roots that we know our fans, our players deeply care about. Dragon Age Origins, of course, was so Grey Warden forward. We want to evoke those memories, those connections that our players have. And I absolutely...
Can we talk for a minute? Dragon Age Origins is not Grey Warden. Dragon Age Origins is Dragon Age Origins. I'm sick and tired of them talking to us like, hey, we got Grey Wardens. You see? You see, we got Grey Wardens. You remember that? Look at we found a griffin. You see the griffin? You like Dragon Age Origins, right? See, we got the Grey Wardens. You see it? We like Dragon Age Origins because we like Dragon Age Origins. Not a piece of Dragon Age Origins, all of Dragon Age Origins. Get it out of your head that it was just all about Grey Wardens. We liked all of the story, the mythos, the lore, yada yada.
I love when you're journeying with Davrin, not only his aesthetic, how he carries himself as a warden, but how he interacts with his fellow wardens. The little wrinkle of, hey, there actually are some griffins remaining in Thedas. How he learns as a warden to train and interact with these griffins that, to our knowledge, haven't existed for quite some time.
He just confirmed that there's other griffins. He just confirmed it just right there. He just spoiled it. How the fuck did you get huge? Who the fuck is this? Why is almost nobody talking about the companions having to impact in combat and the huge pruning of active ability slots? You're the only person I have seen touch on this issue. I say, listen, I don't know how this giant person just went giant. I'll figure it out in a minute. I'm gonna figure out a minute. I talk about literally everything. Everything. Boy, you better get... Who the fuck? Why are you in this shit? You piece of shit. Get the fuck... Get the fuck out of here. No! Oh my gosh. I state this because I'm really deep into the lore. I'm really deep into it. I cared about Mass Effect, Dragon Age, anything that BioWare made. I liked it all. It's because I cared about the systems that they placed in their game, the way they like everything. I'm just gonna turn this thing off. Okay. Unfortunately, one of them got big and I don't know how to fix that. I'm just gonna turn it off. Basically, I had all my N7 gear. I cared about Mass Effect so much. I even went up to Andromeda. I even tried Anthem. I was trying really hard to like the shit. I was a BioWare shill. I gobbled it all up, whatever BioWare did. I even tried to stay with Anthem the longest I could. And then I told myself, you know what? Fuck you, BioWare. And then I'm now in this point now where it's just like, okay, not only is there bullshit DEI bullshit in here, but there's also gameplay bullshit in here that's completely wrong. There's also an art design that is completely wrong. Or no, I'm sorry. They can draw whatever they want. I'm just letting you know their drawing is shit. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can draw whatever you want, but your drawing is shit. Okay, all right. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you want to draw shit, draw shit. The game physics is wrong. Nice hair, though. Nice hair. I mean, I would like to bring up the DEI shit. The DEI shit is clear as can be. This game is not going to sell very well. We've already seen the numbers on everything. Even Dr. Disaster looked up, talked to a few people who would pre-order the game, and out of the many stores that he has called to, only one store was selling 5 Dragon Age like Veilguard like copies. Nobody's looking for this game. Maybe this is the time where nobody does pre-orders anymore. Maybe. I could be wrong, but I'm looking at the view count and I'm also looking at the like and dislike count. You know what game that everybody has been looking at? Space Marines 2. I did not think that Space Marines 2 was going to pop up like it did. I thought only the niche audience was going to get on Space Marines 2. Now everybody's on it. It is insane. I think you are underestimating the fact of the number of BioWare fanboys, but you may be right. The number of fan soy boys and Twitter freaks and cat ladies is not that much. I'm not underestimating the number when the number is low to begin with. That number of those people are, people are going to look at this game and be like, oh shit, another Baldur's Gate 3. It's not another Baldur's Gate 3. It's gonna have its moments though. It's gonna have its moments for a little bit, but then people are gonna notice a strong ass difference between Baldur's Gate 3 and this game. They're gonna have their moments like, oh yeah, I'm thirsty for more things kind of like Baldur's Gate 3. The biggest audience that you're going to have is your normal audience. Not the modern audience, the normal audience. People that want to come in, feel good, look at beautiful characters, look at beautiful sceneries with a compelling story. If you cannot deliver at these points, because they're very important, then I don't know what to tell you. It is nowhere near Baldur's. Yeah, it's not. 140-ish people went to the press event on September 5th. Should be interesting to see what the impressions are. I totally forgot to tell you. I looked up I stopped Luke's video about because he went to the press event. Luke said one thing where I literally watched this video for 1 minute and 15 seconds because he said this. Hey guys, I'm going to talk to you about Dragon Age Veilguard because I was able to play a lot of it, but I can't talk about it. So, and then I turned off the video. They put a fucking embargo on everybody that played the fucking game. Everybody that played the fucking game. Anybody that has a game where they say, oh man, make sure you hush. No. Don't like that shit. That's a big no-no. Now, granted, they're able to have criticisms and they can criticize other videos like IGN first videos or something like that, but they can't talk about their own experience, which I find kind of yeah, pre-ordering. Everybody has stopped pre-ordering like altogether.
It's a learning experience on a lost art of the Grey Wardens that is really unique to Davrin's character.
We'll need someone with fire in their blood.
All right, so who's dating my uncle? Raise your hand. Who's dating my uncle? Raise your hand. Don't raise your hand all up at once.
So Tosh, in the creation of their arc, is one of our more complex characters. It's a journey along their arc.
Let's continue.
That is about introspection. Where do I belong in the world? What are my...
In the fucking trash can! What the fuck do you think?
Boundaries? What do I fight for? How do I become at peace with who I am?
Lose what? No, I'm sorry. Take care of the face. Everything else is fine. Take care of that face. They made a black person play as a Canary. Everybody sees this. Everybody sees this. We all see it? Okay.
So I love the juxtaposition, actually, between Tasha's personal journey and this imposing literal dragon slayer. That sort of hard exterior.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to say she's got a hard exterior that focuses so much on how to dragon slay. She focuses so much on dragon slaying. But her personal personality, she doesn't know how to talk to people. Because this strong Dami mommy barely is not really a talker much. So she is more unga bunga than talky like some of the other companions. So the stuff that she'll hear doesn't really make sense to her.
And really gentle interior. It makes Tasha a really special companion.
A gentle interior, another kind companion. Everybody is nice.
For me. All right, yeah, I have to talk about the steamiest romances. All I can get, for me personally.
Bro.
It makes Tasha a really special companion for me.
Bro.
All right, yeah, I have to talk about the steamiest romances.
Bro, what the fuck? Okay? Bro. All right. I get it. We're all people here. But can we have some level of like professionalism? Okay? All right, I get it. I get it. But now I'm over here just like, I don't want to know about the steamy. I'm like, now we've gone to degeneracy mode. Baldur's Gate 3 and all their freaking people have never gone into degeneracy mode. They all go like, oh man, let's focus on the gameplay. Oh man, let's focus on the gameplay. And their romance with each and every character is really compelling and really interesting. You find out on your own. I don't want to listen. We as gamers, I know they're gamers too. Take it for what it is. I know they're gamers too, but let us do the tongue licking, okay? Let us do it. But because when I see a game developer do it, it's kind of weird. Because if I made a video game for you guys and be like, yo, did you romance my favorite character that we drew? You guys would freak the fuck out. You'd be like, yeah, I guess. What the fuck? You're the game developer. Can you just be on business, please?
All I can get, for me personally, I'll just speak for me personally.
Don't tell me. Don't say something like Tash just goes crazy on you. Don't tell me Tash just does some fucking WWE shit on you when it comes to having sex with you.
And look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out!
I don't wanna hear this.
Personally, but at the culmination of the romance arcs, I'd have to say Tosh. When I got to that scene and saw the finished version of that cinematic, I was hollering.
This'll take more than you and me.
So Harding, as a companion, I guess I'd have to go back to
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Harding
To be fair, that's a man. To be fair.
showed up, she was your scout on the field. There was a light romance with her, and I think one of the things that the team didn't quite expect is how much Harding would catch on in Inquisition. Players fell in love with her. And, we heard them. They wanted a deeper romance. They wanted more engagement with Harding. So for the team, I felt like
Harding looked great in that one, but the forehead game, they could have reduced the forehead, is all I'm saying.
it was kind of a no-brainer for us to bring back Harding. And we also wanted to
I remember when I first played Baldur's Gate 3 and didn't romance anyone, I had Gale after my ass every conversation. I didn't want to talk to him because the man didn't understand what no is. He did the same thing to me. I had Gale get on my ass, and then I had Halson get on my ass. I was like, yeah, I'm dating Lae'zel. And then Halson was like, how could you do this? And I'm just like thinking back, like, what did I say to this man to get him like this? And then I remember saying to him, hey, Halson, would you like to have a drink? And that was it. That was it. And I was like, Halson, shut the fuck up. This is my bitch. I ain't gay. Get your boulder ass out of my fucking camp and go chase some squirrels. Go fuck a squirrel. I had to tell him straight up. There was an option.
The ship as soon as possible. Bang, okay?
There was two options. You can lay it easy on him or go hard. I had to go hard and tell him no.
Establish that connection to the Inquisition in the world of Thetis, which occurred 10 years ago, the events of Inquisition.
Hornless are
Harding serves as
special,
our
interesting.
proxy back to those events. You get to learn about what's happened with the Inquisition since. So she presents some really lovely opportunities for us. I will say, personality-wise, presents some really lovely
I'm not really
opportunities
into dwarves, but I'm gonna say the dwarves, let's be honest, the dwarves look way better than the previous Dragon Ages. I'm looking at her hips and I'm just like, yo, I could just put her head down and okay, let me stop talking. But her hips don't lie. I will admit Harding, you know, I'll admit the dwarves look better. But that's it. Everybody else looks horrible.
I will say, personality-wise and her role on the battlefield, she is among my favorites. When you see her leap into the air, unleashing these devastating attacks with her bow and arrow.
That's what being a leader is about. We land, get females, get sex, and leave before anyone changes their mind. It's hard enough fighting a war, but it's worse knowing no matter how hard you try, you can't f them all. But I'm sure as hell gonna give it my best shot. Damn right.
Are we done?
Arrow. I just can't get enough of her.
The veil is a wound inflicted upon this.
Why is it through almost each and every character that she spoke to, we're just like, I just can't get enough of this character. It's all just, the masculinity in this whole game is just cut out like a knife through fucking butter. There is no masculine sort of feeling that makes the character look like, you know, there's an ad, we'll wait. There's an ad. There's an ad, we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll bang, okay? Yep. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like the masculinity in a lot of games are just straight up fucking gone, and I don't smell any masculinity in Dragon Age Veilguard. If I wanted to have masculinity in Veilguard, I'm gonna have to be an asshole the whole fucking. And I know this has nothing to do with masculinity. All I'm saying is just, if everybody's gonna be kind, if everybody's gonna be nice to me in Dragon Age Veilguard, I'm coming in and I'm gonna be a fucking dick. I'm coming in and being a fucking dick. Who knows? What if I'm a complete dick in Veilguard and one of the characters out of nowhere, I think the most submissive person out of all of them is probably Harding, mixed in with the Asian elf. One of those two. I think I'm leaning towards Harding. Yeah. So if I'm an asshole to everybody, you're going to accidentally romance one of them. I'm just saying, I don't smell any masculinity in the shit. Nobody's going hard. It's just, it feels to me like this game is a slice of life. A slice of life. I don't feel any sort of like heart pounding moments that I get with Space Marines 2. Space Marine 2 had so much fucking masculinity. It was fucking dope, bro. It was so dope. And the little conversations that you have with your brothers, you just started calling the other players, the other people in your team, brothers. You just end up doing it by accident. Hey, brother, watch out. Thanks, brother. And we just do that for like 30 minutes.
Speaking of by drowning the world in demons.
If Solus is peak masculinity in this whole game, then we're done for. I mean, he's coming out here releasing the Fade so he can bring back the old ways. You know, he can bring things back to the way it was with the elves. That is pretty baller. So you're kind of right.
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric. Minimize the...
So Rook's relationship with Solus is a complicated one. Everyone has seen at this point the gameplay reveal and the opening moments of the game, so you'll know things got shaken up pretty radically for Solus already. He's trapped. He's basically communicating with you as an advisor. And I absolutely love that idea of he's your lifeline right now, but can you trust him? And those touch points with him, do I take his advice or not? Can he be trusted? Is he going to betray me? All the while giving you this information that you absolutely need in order to be successful. It creates an interesting stage for us where I think our fans will agree Solus is very complicated. He firmly believes he's doing the right thing, and some of our fans will agree that he's trying to do the right thing. Others will not. And this creates a
the most interesting character out of all of them, but they reduced him to a fucking advisor. I wanted Solus to be another, which he kind of might do still. He kind of still might be like another enemy at the end of this. He might, but I feel like I would love Solus as a third type enemy out there creating an army, you know, doing his thing. You know, he might side with the other elves. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't know all the lore like you guys do. I just think having Solus as an advisor is just weak. It's weak. It's Solus Silverhand, like Spell and Shield said. It's weak, man. What, you want the... Bro, you know how fucking weird it is that I'm hitting on a chick in Cyberpunk 2077 and Johnny Silverhand is in the back seat? It's so fucking weird. Now, mind you, you might forget, and I guess there are some moments where most moments Johnny Silverhand won't say shit about it, but he'll say a few notes later on that's kind of funny about who you're romancing. But having him as just a ghost in your head is so lazy. You know, you could have done something else. Get rid of the blood magic. Yeah, getting rid of the blood magic was a dumb idea. They got rid of a lot of classes, by the way. Let me tell you, there were some cool classes in Dragon Age 2 and 3, and and 1. Can anybody do any healing? No, nobody can do healing.
Stage for you, the player, where you get to lean into those tendencies of your own as you're taking advice from Solus throughout parts of the game. I think those really interesting debates about, you know, was he ever redeemable? Can he be trusted? Was he wrong all along? You're really going to be able to dive in deep on that.
Please.
So Varric has changed since the events of Dragon Age Inquisition. He has spent
Bro, are you okay? Bro, are you fine? Oh, sorry, I was talking about her promoting the game. It's fine, it's fine. Bro, is he okay? Bro, what are they doing to my boy out here? All right, listen, I don't hate anybody, but bro, Whoever's fucking with him, leave him alone. Bro, he looks tired, bro.
The time between, he's briefly, obviously, Viscount of Kirkwall. I mean, anybody who knows much about Varric knows how well a job where he sits around and tells people what to do is going to sit with him. He has been participating in the hunt for Solas, and I think for Varric in particular, that's a very difficult thing.
Now, mind you, I don't give a fuck, okay? If Veilguard is bad, Veilguard is bad. Listen. When I see a person who in front of me, like in real person, I'll give him a hug. I'll say I'll pray for you. But you want my $70 at the end of the day, okay? All right? I'm not a complete piece of shit. If somebody is in danger, I will call the police and I'll see is like, hey, your son needs help. He's down in the dumps, that sort of thing. I'm not a complete asshole. But you still want my $70 at the end of this. I'm just being real. I hope he takes care of himself. That's all I'm saying. Crunch time? Yeah, I hope not. Something about 9 to 5 interviews. Maybe if they didn't do this whole IGN bullshit and just did it on their own terms, they wouldn't.
Thing for him to do, because Solas is his friend. Solas is somebody that he grew close.
You know what I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. You know what they should have done to get in touch with their fans, be part of the community? They should have done this with fans. Independent YouTubers who really love Dragon Age. Fine, they can go with the shills and do stuff with the independent YouTubers that are shills for Dragon Age Veilguard. That's fine. But fuck 7 out of 10 IGN. Fuck GameSpot. Fuck Kotaku. Fuck Gotaku. Fuck Kotaku. Go to your fans, your community, and have little podcasts with them. You don't even need to be at their house. You could just talk and be chill and stuff. Have a couple of cookies. Just stay away from big media, gaming media sites, and just do your own thing with your actual community.
To over the events of Inquisition, they adventure together, they work together, and now knowing what Solas, who Solas really is, that eats at Varric. Varric believes he can always make somebody do the right thing. Varric believes he is the most convincing, charismatic, because he cares about people, and he has this belief that as long as I get a chance to talk to Solas, I'm going to be able to turn. But as he's seeing what, Solas's ritual is doing to the world around him, as he, experienced in the comics, Dragon Age: The Missing, that eats at him a little bit. That's challenging his worldview of him as always being the best judge of people, being able to see that somebody is able to be redeemed, and he's starting to question a little bit, am I right, or am I being a fool by believing in Solas?
Now that's interesting.
We're not in Minrathous anymore.
Now that's interesting.
I know these trees. This is Arlethan Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved.
They want absolute control in what they show? Well, yeah, kind of. That's it. That's all of it. I'm not really going to change my view on what I feel about it, but this was really interesting to see the companions more up closely. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really know more about the companions than I've already known. Apparently, the biggest information I got is that they're all nice, and Tash probably has a giant dick. I'm assuming, judging by the lip biting. But also that's all I got. I didn't really get much out of this. I did have a couple of good laughs though. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this video right here and play some Dragon Age Origins. I'll upload this soon, and yeah, let's go play some video games.